Okay, Cartoon Network, you can't be blindsiding us with shit like Mao Mao Heroes of Pure Heart. This was just too damn good to not have any warning about. Like, I'm serious. I just wasn't expecting such a funny and creative show to just appear out of the blue. Thank goodness it caught some buzz, because this is not something to just sleep on. It's just a plain refreshing series that Cartoon Network most definitely needed, and we are all the more better for having. I just cannot get enough of it. This is just great. This was something that we just had coming for a long time, and we are just better as a species for it. This is so damn good. The series is created by Parker Simmons, who worked on OKKO, so you get a good grasp of the type of humor and characters you're gonna run into with this series. Just as well some good action, because they do a pretty good job with this show. It's a show that clearly wants to try to impress, and I have to say, I'm very impressed. The premise is about this cat warrior and his cyborg badger friend having to defend a small town of cute creatures from the forces of evil with a little bat sidekick by their side. A simple idea that gets a lot of its mileage from the characters and their reactions to certain situations. It's best just seeing these characters play off each other, which makes you appreciate the humor, and even the world itself is pleasant enough for you to find some investment in, so this show manages to do a lot with so little. I honestly commend them for that, to be able to take so little and do so much. That's just very commendable to me. The characters are a massive strong point for the series because you get so much out of them. You have the main character Mao Mao, who acts as the leader of the group and is completely full of himself. He basically has dreams of being looked up as a great legendary warrior, even going as far as to brag about himself when he's fighting a villain.
If someone were to be the savior and protector of this extremely legendary place, that person would be legendary too?
Well, I suppose.
God dog!
Mama, we love you. You're so legendary. I wish I was as cool as you. Oh, Mama. I'm not sure what's happening here, but it seems sad.
Now, the good thing about him is he's not all talk. He does have a strong set of skills to be able to save others, and he isn't so in love with himself that he wouldn't do the right thing. He knows what it takes to be a great hero and understands that that involves doing good for others.
I broke the Ruby Pure Heart. If I leave these people in danger, I'm no better than a villain. I'm stuck here.
What are you talking about?
Don't you understand? If I stay here...
The king looked at me!
Me too.
My days of roaming the world making a name for myself are over. I'll never become a legend now.
So you're just gonna stay here and be miserable out of guilt or something?
Yes, because a hero does what's right, even if it crushes them inside.
I just like how they handle his character. He even has moments where you completely understand his annoyance with some of the people he has to deal with.
All right. Now what happened?
So I had told him that was mine!
And what I said was that I wanted it.
Why don't you just give him back the thing, and then you can both share it?
Wow!
Here you go, chum.
Here we go!
His best friend Badgerclops is basically a slacker type. He more or less goes with the flow of things and acts as Mao Mao's mechanic and bud. He sometimes can work as a voice of reason for Mao and brings Mao back down to earth whenever he's feeling himself too much. Granted, he also has times where he makes a pretty bad decision himself and Mao Mao has to step in.
You know, I could make you a robot arm like mine. I just have to remove an arm.
No!
Jesus Christ. He ultimately comes off as a pretty chill guy that you would honestly hang out with. The last of this motley crew is Adorabat, whose name is a play on words of the word adorable and bat.
I get it.
She's a pretty frantic little thing. She gets excited around Mao and Badgerclops because she herself wants to be a great adventurer. She most of the time helps Mao and Badgerclops fight off bad guys and defend the town she lives in. She downright idolizes Mao for his heroics. One thing I really enjoy about her is how excitable she is. She's just so fun and cute, and even funnier when she doesn't know how to control herself when it comes to fighting bad guys.
Did Adorabat do this?
Yeah, wow, she really messed that dude up.
The village. It's completely... Where did you get that burger?
I'll tell you everything that happens in my life.
I did it! I'm the monster defeater!
Firing the monster defeater.
'Stop! It's already down!
「
No!
」
Jesus Christ!
But thankfully, she learns that there's more to being a hero than doing cool tricks. Overall, this whole crew plays off of each other very well and just have a fun dynamic between them that you genuinely enjoy their company. You honestly just get a good smile on your face just seeing these people do their thing. But they also manage to have a great foil to them with their villain, Orangu Snake. I feel like there's a bit of a pattern here. But anyway, he's a combination between an orangutan and a snake, if the name didn't give it away. His main goal is to take the Ruby Pure Heart from the town since it's a strong source of power. He tends not to have faith in his minions, which can be pretty funny.
All hands on deck! Who's still here?
Boss Halstridge, sir!
And Radarang! Oh! We're doomed!
The townsfolk work as a means to keep Mao Mao grounded, especially with how sickeningly cute they come off as. Their king is basically full on in love with himself and is very flamboyant. This whole town in general is just kind of a funny setting for the main characters to be in, so they'll get pretty good moments with them.
Another flawless victory where I did everything right.
Humor is actually pretty good for this show. Oftentimes you get jokes that just come at you in a snap and they all seem to land pretty well.
Oh yeah, I can fly!
What about the giant monsters?
Overgrown pests, I'm afraid. I put out traps with peanut butter and everything. I don't know what I'm doing.
Get them! Steel Wing! Why aren't you flying?
These wings are too heavy!
A lot of the humor also comes from just the interactions between the characters. They're just so goofy and just plain likable, you just have to have a smile on your face whenever they're on screen. It's just honestly a very nice touch they have here. It's just this pleasant humor that can get a genuine smile on my face. I just really appreciate that a lot. It feels like that doesn't get enough appreciation, just having a smile on your face because the humor is just pretty well executed.
Of course.
The animation works a little differently than you'd expect for a Cartoon Network show. It still has the bright colors, but the movement of the characters is more unique than what we normally get from Cartoon Network. You get some pretty good action sequences whenever they have them. There are even times when the characters are super expressive and they have a nice smoothness to them. The style of the show kind of comes off as a slicker version of OKKO's art style, which makes sense since the creator worked on that show. It's all the more surprising to know that Titmouse Animation are the ones animating this series. Their repertoire of animation knows no bounds except for one slight against humanity. I'm glad Cartoon Network has this show since it's very different from their normal style in animation. It shows they're wanting to step into a new era with their lineup, and it deserves props for that.
One step closer to legend, baby!
This is such a different but very much welcome series from Cartoon Network. It has a very strong, likable cast of characters you're just gonna downright love. The humor is guaranteed to get a good smile out of you. The animation is just absolutely great with a unique styling that is a breath of fresh air. This is just an all-around fun series that Cartoon Network has added to its lineup, and it is something that was needed for a long time, and is hopefully more of an indicator of what's to come in the future. But that's just a thought.